Nazi with a conscience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's got to be one, right?
Gotta have at least one.
I will help you to get out,
Oh, you know what I'm thinking? Double agent.
Oh! Yeah, gotta be.
Agent.
Yeah.
Well, double agent? Come on.
Yeah.
Tell me he's a double agent.
Nazi got your tongue?
Fusebox. Okay, this is Fusebox number 240. Decennial. And you are looking a little worse for wear.
Yeah, really. You should lay down. You're looking a little peaked. Huh. Well, that's how the cookie guy crumbles, I guess. Well, greetings, friends, and welcome into this, the 240th edition of Fusebox, significantly entitled Decennial. And I'm your holding back the hands of time with a pair of zircon-encrusted tweezers, host Mark Rose, and over there, behind the glowing bells and ringing LEDs, is the undisputed maestro of the meters, Milt Keynes, everybody.
Well, thank you kindly, and Happy New Year, everybody. Let's make it a really, really good one, okay?
Hear, hear.
There.
Yes, I second that statement, Mr. Keynes, and also want to commemorate the occasion by saying that we, here at this humble program, are now officially beginning our 10th year. Milestone of sorts, huh?
Well, I'm wondering if they're wearing parkas in hell right now.
Well, some would tell us that we'll soon find out.
True that.
Yes, friends. We begin our 10th year of this show, and I just want to express my sincere gratitude to all the folks who have and continue to be part of our Fusebox family. I don't know what we're doing here, but I'm just as glad as a Bolivian aqua gopher on a slip and slide that you don't know either, and are on that same ride, slipping along with us. So on this one, we've got a few treats in store. A new piece from our buddy 42nd Street Pete and his Grindhouse Minute segment. Some odd happenings from that place down there, in that area, down there. Also, a hilarious piece that was in the Washington Post from opinion writer Alexandra Petri that compares the financial shenanigans going on with some of the members of the Supreme Court.
We won't mention any names, Clarence Thomas.
Yes. And she compares aforementioned shenanigans to running a Patreon campaign complete with premiums. It's utterly brilliant. Yes, but also, we wanted to share a really rather special thing that happened during the holidays that, and I do mean special, that was a long, long, long time coming.
Well, it went by pretty fast, though, yeah?
Indeed. And by the way, thanks to you and Marcy for hosting that, too. I know Jeff and I were enlightened, to say the most.
Oh, our pleasure, bro. I mean, I knew I could fill a gap in your film appreciation.
Yeah, that gap, it's filled. Kind of like having a piece of food stuck between your teeth, but yeah, it's filled.
Glad to be of service.
Well, when we return, all this and so very much less. So join us, aren't we?
If I do so, it's for your own good, my dear.
You know, the term grindhouse has a lot of definitions floating around out there, and many are just, well, speculation, written by folks who, for the most part, weren't anywhere near 42nd Street, or even worse, not born during its heyday. Grindhouse Resurrection Magazine sources its articles and reviews by and from the folks who were very much there, and in many cases, worked on the very films being discussed on its pages. Each issue boasts 96 pages of wall-to-wall ephemera, and you can pick up a copy at 42ndstreetpete.net and see for yourself why it has the special place in history that it truly does. Grindhouse Resurrection Magazine, available at 42ndstreetpete.net right now.
Jumping from the tracks in your neighborhood. TheFuseboxShow.com.
Alrighty, friends. As we kick off our 10th year of this here audio cartoon, let me begin with this. And thanks hugely and with a side of bigly to our buddy Gregory for spotting this marvelous piece for us from the Washington Post. It's an opinion segment written by Alexandra Petrie called "Thanks for Being a Supreme Court Patreon. Don't forget to claim your perks." Now, friends, as many of you know, we too here at the show have our program listed over there at patreon.com.
Yeah, we nag you about it at the end of every show.
Yes, yes, we do. But Patreon really is a good way for folks who are creating content of whatever kind to get financial help from people who dig their stuff and want them to continue to do it without having to resort to selling vital organs and so forth.
And you're, like, out of organs, right?
Oh, I'm completely sustained by a tiny alien living inside my rib cage doing all the vital work, Mr. Keynes.
Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah.
So, to take that framework...
The Patreon framework, not the tiny alien thing.
Well, one might argue that there are alien insects inhabiting some members of the court and Congress right this very minute, Mr. Keynes. So Miss Petrie takes the Patreon idea, complete with the incentives that are given to folks who help the creators out, and pastes it nicely onto the Supreme Court's recent flurry of reports of mishandling of certain gifts given to some members of that court. For example, Mr. Keynes, did you know that there are numerous financial tiers that one can choose to help out the struggling members of the High Court?
No, sir. I was not aware.
Well, here are just a few. There are many opportunities available to assist, pay, for the great justice we can expect from our donations. Because, as we all recall, Clarence Thomas said back 20 years ago that whether Supreme Court justices are paid enough for him to stay on the court. At the bottom of the tiers, you can become, well, for only $0 per month, a citizen not united. And with that comes the perk that you can offer Justice Elena Kagan some bagels, and she can say no. For $100 a month, you can become a citizen supporter. You'll get a tote bag or stuffed gerrymander in the shape of a district of your choosing. For $500 a month, you become Citizen United. All the lower tier benefits plus one of the following clothing options. How about booty shorts that say Citizens United? A sweatshirt that reads, I consider Roe to be settled law. How about a bobblehead of Chief Justice John G. Roberts Jr. labeled just calling balls and strikes. Or a baseball cap that says 6'3". For the more well-to-do among you out there, there's the $8,250 per month or $100,000 annual pledge. It's called Precedent Setters and Forgetters tier. Send a kid to school, specifically the justice's grandnephew. You don't get to pick the school, the justice does. Alternatively, though, you could sponsor the house of a justice's mother. Just saying. $15,000 per month is the Law and Order tier. Justice Samuel A. Alito Jr. will ride on a private plane with you if the plane is already taking off and would have been going that direction anyway. Note, don't expect any special treatment. He's just there to be ballast for the plane. Hey, at $50,000 per month, you get the Harlan Crow package. All the lower tier perks, plus the justice will pose for a portrait with you holding a cigar or other accessory of your choice. And justice will consider you a close personal friend. The justice will vacation on your yacht. Justice will travel on your plane. And then ProPublica will do a special report focusing on what good friends you and this justice are. And at the top of the tier list is this one, the $100,000 per month Federalist tier. Oh, for that, you'll get to host a birthday party or other special event at the court. Talk to Leonard Leo. We're sure he can work something out. Followed with this disclaimer. None of these sponsorship opportunities should be viewed as bribery. Obviously, this is different from bribes. This is just keeping the justices in the lifestyle they deserve, and we know you expect nothing in return. A bribe would be if the justice said, "Thank you for this money, which has influenced my decision-making." You're just happy to support the court as the founders intended.
Where's the humor?
Exactly. I think this was pretty brilliant, and you can get the whole piece at the link in the show description. I swear, it's well worth the read. Personally, I think this year we'll see more turbulence headed towards the court, for sure, as they have to determine some rather crucial things regarding our election process and who is and isn't going to be on the ballot, if you know what I mean.
Well, you know what? At this point, the Supreme Court probably needs to protect its own ass, because if that orange lunatic does get elected, the court will be one of the first things that he'll dismantle. A dictator doesn't need oversight.
And speaking of rampant chaos and violence, our buddy 42nd Street Pete has a treat for you today. If you're a fan of obscure Grindhouse films of the day, you got to check out this edition of the Grindhouse Minute, as Pete talks about a biker movie with a big, big twist.
The town had to be made safe for decent people. And the enemy had to be wiped out because they were different. It could happen anywhere, but it happened in Northville, USA. Northvale Cemetery Massacre.
And now it's time for another Grindhouse Minute with 42nd Street Pete.
This is 42nd Street Pete bringing you a Grindhouse Minute. Now, everybody talks about biker films and always these bad biker films like Satan Sadist and stuff like that. But in 1976, there was actually a biker film released that the bikers were the good guys, and it was something called the Northvale Cemetery Massacre. It was shot in Detroit, and it used the members of the Scorpions Motorcycle Club in it. And basically what happens is this cop rapes a rich man's daughter and sets up the biker gang as the rapists. So the rich man hires a long-distance shooter to start taking out the bikers one by one, and the cops are doing it too. So this all culminates at a biker funeral in a cemetery where they filled the coffins with weapons and shit, and there's this insane fucking shootout. even involving a helicopter and stuff. I remember, when this was playing, the tagline was "The Day Law and Order Went Berserk," and it had this big fat redneck cop holding a shotgun on the poster. It also got some kind of an award at some film festival for whatever reason. Something with a motorcycle film festival, because it just had its 40th anniversary DVD release. And it would be nice if somebody Blu-rayed it, but it's one of those weird ass movies where the bikers are positive for a change, and the cops are the bad guys. Stay safe. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Well, now that's a cool change. The bikers are the good guys for once.
Yeah, that's just another film in a long line of films to get a legit Blu-ray remastering.
Well, maybe they can put off that A3 issue of Halloween 137 and work on something folks might actually want to see.
Well, one can dream. Thanks to Pete for that 42nd Street Minute. And next time, he talks about one of the most famous adult films in that particular category. And no, it's probably not what you first thought of, friends.
It's not Saran Wrap Fantasies 6?
No. Not that one.
7?
Alrighty. Let's grab the bug spray, mosquito netting, hazmat suit, and a case of Con Man Be Gone, and head on down to that area down there. In that area, down there. This is the craziest thing, even by Florida standards, friends, that I have ever heard.
I can't wait.
Dateline, Orange County, Florida. Well, imagine this. You're endeavoring to get your house ready to be placed on the market. You're re-roofing, you're repairing all the little things that are going to inhibit the sale of your property if not fixed.
Well, moving all the bodies that are underneath the lawn. That would be,
Yes, that. And just making sure that it's in the best possible shape, right? Add to this that you're doing all this final prep during the holidays. So you're getting a little tapped out. And you've already found that new place of your dreams, and you've placed a heavy deposit on it. So imagine the horror upon returning from work one evening. You come to discover that someone has stolen your driveway.
Wait, what?
Yep. Amanda Brochu was appalled, to say the least. She said it all started when she put her home up for sale. Strange contractors started coming by, measuring her driveway. Her son counted at least 5 of them. Brochu has since contacted law enforcement, obviously. Her doorbell camera captured a bulldozer tearing out the concrete and hauling it away. Real estate agent Rocky Sanchez said, "Utter shock. I've never seen this before. I've never had this thing happen to myself or anyone in our office." Sanchez is helping Brochu sell her home. She posted about this situation online and believes Brochu is the victim of a scam. But, of course, friends, in true Florida con man form, neither woman knows what the scam actually is. Sanchez said, "I had multiple people come forward saying that they've seen things like this happen before, whether it be driveways, roofs, or painting. So I guess it happens more often than we actually see," she said. Authorities said they are investigating, but Brochu needs additional help. She says she just replaced the roof and, of course, made other investments and doesn't have the $10,000 she's been quoted to replace this concrete. If she doesn't fix the driveway and sell the home in the next couple of weeks, she'll lose out on the home she's under contract to buy down the road. She says, "No one is going to buy this. This brings down the property now, and that just messes it up for me and my family." So the family has set up a GoFundMe account to try to raise the money to pay for a replacement driveway.
Well, that's a new Florida low, bro.
Yeah, I concur, Mr. Keynes. This poor gal has become victim of one of the strangest cons coming out of this place in recent times. And believe me, they've got some strange ones.
You know, and it's funny, it kind of falls into that category of not really suspicious. I mean, if you were a neighbor and you've seen activity on the property before, you might just think, oh, well, Amanda's having a new driveway put in. No worries.
Exactly. So in a way, it is kind of semi-brilliant. I mean, look for places that are having home improvements done and then just wait till no one is there and pluck the driveway. But that really doesn't answer the question as to what the hell they're doing with all the pilfered pavement.
Oh, they mix it with grits for a delicious snack.
Yeah. Well, just one more in a list of queries so long it could pave a driveway to hell. One more of the time-encrusted questions that we endlessly ask.
What the fuck, Florida?
You know where you'd see this guy?
Where?
Mannix.
Max? I was thinking, the Virginian.
Toward the Virginian. Another good pull.
Well, friends, if you've been following this show for the past years, my sincere thanks. And then also, you no doubt have heard my colleague over there, the lovely and talented Milt Keynes, mention one, if not his singularly favorite film of all time, repeatedly on this program, to the extent that, well, neither Jeff nor Regina or I have actually seen this thing, and Mr. Keynes thought it was high time we did.
Yeah. So over the holidays, I invited you two over to have a screening. Is that what they call it?
They do indeed, Mr. Keynes, and we did.
So, knowing this was going to be a thing, I took the liberty, and knowing that you two would be smashed and not give a fuck by that time anyway, so I recorded the thing for posterity.
And surprisingly, we didn't make too big a fools of ourselves.
Well, no more than usual.
Right. So we screened a copy of Milt's most beloved film.
A fully restored Blu-ray with commentary tracks.
Right, exactly. Well, we'll catch those another time. But friends, please tie yourselves to the radiator and take the unwitting journey with us as we discuss, after the aforementioned viewing, which is where this bit picks up, the marvels of Love Camp 7. Roll it, Mr. Keynes.
Well, there it was. Well, what do you think?
Well, there's a lot of ways to make a film, Mr. Keynes, and that was certainly one of them.
Question. Are my eyes supposed to be burning?
Bro, it's a Grindhouse classic, man. I mean, this is way better film than, Citizen Kane or Gone with the Wind or...
Well, let me just say, this was the first film of its kind. And, these filmmakers were really blazing a trail here, testing the boundaries. It's 1969.
Yeah.
And subjects like this, Nazi dens of iniquity, they weren't really addressed in films yet. I mean, not openly, for sure. I mean, you've got Pierre Pasolini's 100 Days of Sodom, but that wasn't shot until 1975.
But didn't he get murdered? I think...
Yeah, he was killed shortly after the release of that film.
What?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know what? He kind of dealt with the shadow of this in Salo, but much more explicitly, and that was his point, actually,
Yeah, I don't think anybody died in this one.
Well, my soul might have died a little bit.
Well, as an actor, though, you had to dig Maria Leese. She was excellent in this thing. Holy carp! I mean, she went.
Oh, she was Lieutenant Linda Harmon, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I thought she brought it.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm thinking about. Yeah. I mean, I think the toughest gigs are those where, as an actor, you know the project is a hot, steaming pile of shit, but you still got to bring it. So I'm assuming maybe she knew that this was a hot, steaming pile of shit. But God bless her. She
Yeah.
gave it her all.
Yeah, exactly. Now, let me tell you something I bet you don't know about this one.
Oh.
Let me guess.
Do tell.
Let me guess. You were an extra in it, right? Yeah, you were Nazi number 7.
No, hey, I wish, bro. But no. Did you know, though, that Love Camp 7 was going to be the film that eventually became Blood Feast? But Dave Friedman's partner in all of this.
Oh, you mean H.G. Lewis?
Yeah, Lewis. Well, he hated any kind of realistic violence, right? And he'd only make films that like that if it was like really over the top.
Well, yeah, which Blood Feast certainly is.
Yeah.
Huh. Nope. Did not know this was going to be that. So the idea for this one then must have...
Yeah, they came up with this thing in 1963. But his real idea would eventually become... Are you sitting down?
As far as I can tell.
Okay, hey, I'm not going to sit here and stand for that, all right? I'm just saying that right now. Let me get that on the record.
Duly noted.
Saw what I did there, right, though?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
You'll be here all week. It's fine.
Whether I want to or not.
No, that film did eventually get made in 1973.
Oh, no. You mean...
Yeah. Ilsa, She-Wolf of the SS.
Wait, is that a real film?
Well, now, that's a fascinating little
Is that a
factoid.
real film?
Yeah, it's a real film.
Okay, because I thought, honest to God, because I've heard you guys talk about that before,
Yeah.
I thought you were making that up. Seriously. I thought you guys were making that title up.
no.
That's a real film, huh?
It's a real deal, man.
Okay, so how many Ilsa films were there? And when can I see them?
Well, what are you doing now? I can... I'll run home and get it. There's the first one, She-Wolf.
No.
And then I think it's...
She-Wolf of the SS.
Yes, She-Wolf of the
Ilsa.
SS.
Okay, all right.
Starring the lovely
I'm just
Diane
checking.
Thorne.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, and then it was Ilsa, harem keeper of the oil sheiks.
Now that one you're making up.
Oh, it's real. These are the only two in the original series, but then there's...
The Tigress of Siberia.
But wait, though.
Oh, what?
Yeah, but they changed her name.
Well-
Didn't they change the name of that one?
The Tigress of Siberia?
No, that was Wanda the Wicked Warden. They changed her name.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you're right. You're
Yeah,
right. And that one, of course, was directed by our favorite film output machine, Jess Franco, who could and did shoot 2 or sometimes 3 films at once.
What?
Yeah, using the same cast and
Wait.
sets and
Wait, 2 or 3 films at the same time?
Absolutely.
With the same cast?
yes, and sometimes in multiple languages at the same
Oh,
time.
my God. Oh, my God.
See, I told you guys. This one was the real deal. It's the one that started it all.
So basically, and correct me if I'm wrong, but basically, these are all porn, right? I mean, right? They're all porn.
Well, you say that like it's a bad thing, bro.
Yeah, kinda. They are, but yeah,
Well, listen,
on the soft side of it. Yeah.
I'm not complaining at all. I'm not familiar with the Grindhouse genre, so I'm thinking that Grindhouse is all porn.
Well, no,
Okay.
it's truly not, and believe it or not, I had never actually seen Love Camp 7.
What? With all the films you have upstairs?
Yeah.
You know.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm just glad I was able to share this with you guys. Really, been a long time coming. Cheers.
Well, I'm hoping that the burning in my eyes will stop eventually.
Love that.
Well, I gotta say, that was an experience, Mr. Keynes, for sure.
Hell, I think we should make that a holiday tradition. What do you say?
No, I'd be up for it. Sure. Maybe I'll bring Pasolini's Salo, 100 Days of Sodom, next time for some real cheery vibes. And then we can all hang ourselves from ceiling fans.
I'm in.
And we're out. On this, the start of what we will all hope is a wondrously creative and prosperous year for one and all. A year of accountability and justice where needed. And boy, howdy, it's needed. Both in and out of the courtroom, if you get my drift. But before we exit the building, some thanks to our contributors on this one, Jeff Pollard and Gregory Wilson. Thanks as well to the intra-departmental man of mystery, the high poobah of the parametric, Milt Keynes, for technical assistance and Nazi love camp wrangling.
A pleasure as always. And folks, remember, you really can help us out in a huge way by marching over there to patreon.com, the Fusebox Show, and becoming a supporting member.
Yes, and leave the bribing to us. You know, for less than the cost of a tube of that stinky fish paste you never use anyway, you can assist this humble production to continue and get free stuff at the same time.
Free swag, folks, just for being a member. And you get early access to shows and exclusive content reserved only for our members.
As well as untold and forbidden secrets of the I Know Nothings, those mythical giants that may have preceded time itself.
Or not.
Thanks as well to the folks at Grindhouse Resurrection Magazine for keeping the faith and the good fight going. We're right there with you, seriously. Check them out at 42ndstreetpete.net for all the details and a bunch of other fun stuff and blog posts as well. Thanks to you, friends, for once again pushing play on this edition of the show, marking the start of our 10th year. We're so happy to have you along. Sincerely. I have been your almost lifelike reproduction of the original facsimile reissue, host, Mark Rose, saying, until our next cartoon.